Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Saturday the 25th of December 2021. Thanks for joining me. Happy Christmas. If you celebrate, if you enjoy this time of year, then I hope you've got some fun things planned. If you don't enjoy this time of year, then it will be over soon. Christmas, New Year's, just hang in there. I mean, we all know that this time of year isn't for everybody. So I think the main thing, whether you love it and you're around people or whether you don't love it, and you find it expensive and stressful, I think the main thing about this time of year is to be kind to yourself, to do something that allows you to relax, gives you pleasure, and maybe even allows you to look at the year ahead and to say, okay, what is important to me? What am I going to look at next year? Okay, so let's see what the cards, the Golden Tarot of the Renaissance, has to say about Saturday the 25th and what energy you'll be working with. I'm just going to shuffle these a few times. Okay, let's see what is going on. First card is the Six of Cups. The Nine of Swords. And finally, we've got the Knight of Cups. Okay, interesting. So we've got two cards which are in the suit of cups, which is water. Water is all about spirituality, connection, love, feeling settled in life, feeling secure, feeling like you are understood and you are able to express the love you have for other people. Swords is the element of air that has to do with ideas, thinking, and communication. It's a masculine element. So the Nine of Swords talks very much about what is likely to stem from you and what you put out there. And the cups, that's water, feminine element, that's much more about what you receive and what you can work with and adapt and change. So the Six of Cups, usually this card shows two people kind of talking to each other, and one person gives a cup filled with flowers to the other, and the card is all about selfless love. It's about giving because it makes you happy to see the look of surprise and joy on the other person's face. It's not about love being reciprocated. It's simply saying, this person or this thing in my life is very, very important to me, and I want to bless it with everything good that I have to offer and to give. I want to take care of this person or this thing. I just want to be there for someone. So it's a card that says you see the value in other people very easily. Certain relationships are going to feel incredibly precious to you, and you have enough in you to give to that situation and to feel like I want to make a positive contribution here. So you're in a good space emotionally, because the thing is, if you have nothing to give emotionally, if you're really struggling, then it's very unlikely that the Six of Cups would even pop up, because the Six of Cups only appears when you are in a good space emotionally and when you do have something to give, so that you can connect with other people and enjoy their company. If you're really struggling and if you're completely concerned with your own needs and your own feelings, then you don't have the presence of mind to share yourself and to give freely. So reading between the lines here, the fact that the Six of Cups appears means that you are in a good space and that you can make situations and relationships even better simply by showing up. So your presence is going to be welcomed and you have a lot of positive energy to share. In this deck, we've got these six little kids standing around, and kind of they look like a team, certainly. So they stick together and they care about one another, and they're going to help each other out on the journey, which is different to the regular Six of Cups, because here we've got two pillars with the cups on top of them, and that creates a doorway. So this emotional strength and togetherness then creates a doorway, because the cups are sitting on top of the pillars, so they're responsible for opening something up. So this sense of unity and harmony is going to give you ideas, it's going to bring up new feelings, and they feel very expansive in the sense that a whole new future opens up to you. So a relationship is so good, for instance, that the two of you make a decision to make it more solid, to move in together, or to you understand that you really do get on. It's just it's settling into a relationship and feeling right-sized in it, feeling like an equal, feeling love, being able to give the love. So it's really, the Six of Cups is about the kind of love that everyone is looking for. It's a genuine soul connection between people. And in this case, that connection then opens things up for you to have new ideas, to be creatively inspired, to feel a greater sense of love and connection. And that allows you then to be very honest and authentic and vulnerable, because there's no risk of you being attacked by someone else because they've made themselves just as vulnerable. So it's a time where you can really be yourself and speak freely and receive the kind of responses that you are looking for. So I think in terms of relationships, this Saturday is really a fabulous day. Next, we've got the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is usually someone sitting up in bed with their head in their hands, worrying. That's what the Nine of Swords is about. You've got so many things hanging over you that you can't sleep and that you're stressed out and it's just difficult. So that's the potential pitfall of the day, that you may feel somewhat overwhelmed. So you may be enjoying all your relationships and you may be having a good conversation, but then in the back of your mind, you're kind of thinking, oh my God, how am I going to deal with all these bills that I'm going to get after this little event? How am I going to pay for all these presents? And how am I going to go into the... So it's worry, basically. And here we've got these swords kind of lumped together, so it's a bit of a mess in terms of your thinking. And then we've got these two bulls, Taurus. Taurus is an earth sign in astrology. It's fixed, it doesn't like change, and it often is very much related to money and work and physical appearance. So this farmer or whatever he's doing, he may be worried that he doesn't have what is required to take care of the animals, and then his whole crop is going to be ruined if he can't transport it and things like that. So you'll notice it's very much about the future. It's very much about, how am I going to feed these? How am I going to sort out my thinking? How am I going to harvest the crops? In the here and now, the animals are fed. In the here and now, the crops are still in the back somewhere. In the here and now, the only thing that is messy is maybe all the thinking that's going round and round and round, and that does become a mess. And this card says the only thing to navigate this really is through your feelings, to focus on the present moment, the here and now, and to realize, okay, let me look at the bills and the worries and all the things that are coming up. Let me look at those later, and let me try and be present in the here and now, to enjoy my relationships, to receive the love. And also, this kind of thing says that you can really, truly be recharged emotionally on this day. So the worry is kind of your ego chipping in a little bit, trying to ruin all of this good stuff. Because, if you're sitting around with a bunch of people, or you're doing something that you really enjoy, if you then go off and say, okay, for 5 minutes, let me worry about what I'm going to do next year, then you're immediately taking yourself out of that situation. You're engaging with something that's negative, which will deplete you. And you're missing out on all the good stuff that you can receive today, which is super healing, and which means that in future you'll navigate things intuitively rather than trying to figure them all out as they are written on paper. You know what I mean? So the card is saying, please don't waste your day by worrying about things that may never come true, or that are still ways away, days and weeks and months. Try and stay in the present and enjoy the day. Finally, the Knight of Chalices. The Knight is a court card who's he's still trying to manage the Suit of Cups. The King of Cups is very loving, and he's supportive, and he's nurturing, and he's spiritual. The Knight of Cups has those qualities, but they're all extreme. So when it comes to love and spirituality, he's kind of like Romeo, who does all these extreme things. He doesn't just meditate for 10 minutes, he meditates 6 hours, because it's all very intense and very extreme. Excuse me. On the downside, because he doesn't manage his emotions properly, sometimes he can feel very disempowered and like he doesn't love anything, and he can't act or be present, or he can't manage himself. So the Knight of Cups is someone who struggles with emotional stability or with emotional maturity. To be consistent in the sense that I love you, and therefore that's the end of it, and I'll still love you in 5 or 6 years. Like these guys, it's not complicated. We love each other, we're all being honest, we're all the same pretty much. We all see the similarities within one another. And it's It doesn't need to be explained. It's something that we just sense. And the night complicates it, often with things like worry. And what is this relationship going to look like in 5 years? Am I still going to be? These two cards are very much saying that you don't know what's going to happen in future for certain. So there's really no point today worrying about it. And I know that's easily said, but really do try. And I find meditation is really helpful when I do worry and I just get into this loop. Like if I'm lying in bed and I just worry, I start my mantra meditation, which is just one word. And I repeat it over and over again. That takes me away from the worrying thoughts. Once I'm doing the meditation a little bit, I start to feel a sense of ease and relaxation come over me. And then at times I can fall asleep and it's about changing your mindset. And that's a really useful tool that I use when I feel like I'm getting stuck. The other thing is that by allowing yourself to be loving and to be loved, by managing your concerns and not just letting them take over the whole day, you advance emotionally, you learn to manage yourself, your own thoughts, your own feelings more effectively, and you can become more emotionally skilled to graduate to being the King of Cups and to finding this emotional consistency within yourself. So it's not just a fabulous day where you can experience wonderful connections, you can also learn and progress personally. And the thing to watch out for is the running anxiety or pointless worries. And that's something that you can learn and master on this day. And if you learn and master it on this day, I promise you the rest of your life is going to look a lot easier. I always envy people who just don't worry. I mean, I don't know if they're being 100% honest. Are there really people who never ever worry? I've had people say, I never worry. And I'm always like, really? But no, I'm certain, like, no, I'm not certain, but I'm sure I could believe it, that some people just have a temperament that just doesn't allow them to worry. Or I'm sure that certain people at some point in their life have said, do you know what, I am a warrior, but I just don't find that very productive or fun. I'm not going to do that to myself anymore. I'm making a decision for myself that I'm not going to worry anymore. I'm sure there are people out there who've mastered that. And that's exactly what you can do on this day via this spread. And I'm there with you. I'm going to make that commitment. I'm going to stop worrying and see how that goes. I'm not going to worry about whether... Because, I mean, if it works, then hooray. Life is just so much better and more enjoyable. And if it doesn't work, well, then I can try again, right? Or take it day by day. Okay. So overall, this is fabulous for Saturday. First, number-wise, we've got 6 and 9. That's 15. And then we've got a chord card, which is 1. That's 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 7 in numerology is the mind and creativity. So your mind is something that you can work with. You can minimize the tendency to worry, and you can maximize authenticity and love and hugs and funny conversations and a feeling of I'm home and I'm loved and I'm okay. So with that said, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, just scroll down a little bit until you get to the book your reading button. Click on that to order your reading with me. In my personal readings, I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology. The way I just combine the cards with the numbers, I combine all three in my personal readings. And those, really, the astrology chart and the tarot, it's just such a nice combination. If you have any questions about your life purpose or relationships or finance or spiritual development, travel, career, anything at all really, I can look at these divination systems and get really clear, useful information which you can then implement and use to kind of get what it is you want. So if you do have any questions or things are unclear, or you want to understand yourself a little bit better, then please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up, please. That helps it to appear in searches and things. Subscribe to the channel to join us. Nicest people on this channel. Hi guys. And I was just thinking yesterday, I am just so, and I don't want to get too soppy, but I'm so happy that I get to do these every day and that you guys watch them. So thank you so much. And if you do like this video, then please do, join us, because I do astrology videos and special videos on the full and new moons and eclipses and things. So if you fancy any of that, then please subscribe. And finally, like, share, and share. Share the video online if you want other people to see it. and to make them aware of these readings. That would be awesome if you're free to do that. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.